She's about.
So now tell her to go ahead. If she go ahead and gets on the live,
Yeah, you can go ahead and join the live. Okay.
How do I join?
I think she just.
I sent an invite, so she should be able to talk. Okay.
Hi everyone, we're just getting ready for our live talk, switching gears a little bit. We appreciate everybody for their patience as you get tapped in with us. Thank y'all for joining.
Hold on, let me see if I can do it. Oh, invite you to watch a video.
Yeah. Once you, are you already on there? On here?
Yeah, I'm watching on my phone and computer.
Okay.
And I don't know how to. How do you request?
It doesn't even. It doesn't even have her on here.
Create? No, not create.
Chloe talking about, hey Jelani. Jelani is upstairs, Chloe. Hey everybody. So we're trying to get Kaila on. Okay, here it is.
Dun, 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 approve. At the top. Top.
Oh shit. Okay, so it's adding you to the video now. Oh shit, it says no answer.
Oh, we have to hang up, I think.
Oh yeah. Do we have to do it again? Yeah. There we go.
Awesome.
Yay.
Hi. You made
There
it.
you go.
How
The
are you?
devil tried to stop our shine, y'all.
Okay.
How you guys doing?
I am wonderful. How are you, Kaila?
We're doing very well. This is actually better timing because when we were supposed to go on, Truth was crying and screaming, and I know you had to put the baby to bed or get him comfortable too. And sometimes as mom and as women in general, you have to be flexible and go with the flow and not get shaken up over, little hiccups and things that happen.
That's
And
right.
so, you know, uh, I'm just happy that we can have this short little time together to let everybody know about what's going on, how we met. And so the people who support Hidden Gems Literary Emporium can learn more about your work, ladies. And so I would like to start. Well, first, maybe I'll introduce myself. My name is Kaila Boulware-Sykes, and I found well, we found each other, I'll say, through, I believe, Facebook. And
Networking.
I'm from right. I'm from New Jersey, and these ladies are from Georgia. And you know, I just really want to thank you guys for flying all the way up the East Coast to be a part of the grand opening. And I really just want to start by thanking you ladies for that.
Thank you for having us. Yeah, it was a pleasure. Yeah. It was a pleasure. I've never truly seen a line waiting outside of the bookstore to see somebody.
Yeah.
So it was amazing. It was inspiring. And girl, you rock. Okay.
Yeah, it was an amazing event.
Yeah.
I loved it. I thoroughly enjoyed myself.
Okay.
And you know what? When we started the bookstore, we thought that we were gonna have to convince people to love books again. But I, I think that we all, us three, we all watching on this show right now, we just need to provide outlets for people to explore, engage with, and express themselves through literacy. And people love having books in their hands, something that they can read and write in, and take in their purse, they can pull out of their bag and show a friend or show someone that they're just meeting, going on the train or going to work and stuff like that. So books really connect us in a lot of different ways. And so my first question to you ladies is, well, first introduce yourselves. I know now we switch gears, we're on your page so they all know who you are, but let's introduce yourselves to the people who are watching from our audience who don't know you as well, and then just talk a little bit about how you got into being authors.
Okay.
Well, I'm Candid Nitra Moore. I am the co-author of Tap In, and I also designed the cover of the book. I partially designed graphics and build brands. This is something that is new to me. Actually, I never really saw myself as a writer, but like as I got older, I kind of got into like blogging, and that was just another avenue to getting back into writing, which is something I was always pretty much good at. But it just wasn't in my radar. But now I don't know. I feel such a connection to it. It's something that comes with ease, and it's something that we've also been, attracting an abundance of wealth with. So it's really been an enjoyable experience.
Yeah, most definitely. And I'm Latifah Bryant, also known as the Author Queen. And I am also the co-author of Tap In, a workbook for manifesting your best life. I basically teach Black women and men writers how to go from blank pages to published authors. I own Build Your Own Book Publishing, and together we publish Tap In, a workbook again for manifesting your best life. Yeah, I tell everyone Candonesia is like the spine to my book, because without that spine, there really is no book. So we work well together. We've been friends since probably 11 years old, 10.
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't really remember.
Yeah, kind of since elementary school, like the
Yeah.
later part of elementary school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we have just been tapped in ever since. Like we took some of the same English courses, honors courses. We went to the same middle school. We went to the same high school. We did not go to the same college, but that's okay because here we are today, tapped in, y'all, more than ever. Okay. Um, and it's a pleasure to be here. It's really a pleasure to be here. And I love it. I tell people writing literally saved my life. It helped me to reinvent me and who I am and how I move, how I think, how I interact. And like you said, books are essential to life. Books are, almost up there with oxygen because, I mean, books are very essential to school, to learning, to bookstores, I mean, religious organizations, just any organization. Yeah, exactly. His story, her story, our story. And I'm so grateful to be a part of what you're doing and your story. And just thank you for building with us. I appreciate you.
Thank you. And the one thing about the book Tap In, and I told you, I also work with a platform called All Mommy Issues. I was telling the ladies about Tap In, and it's such a ringy phrase. It's like you keep saying it over and over. And so when we were talking about your book, the ladies were like, yeah, we could tap into this, your body, and tap into your mind, and tap into your spirit, and tap into your family life. And so how did you ladies come up with that? I don't want to say slogan because there's a bigger word than slogan, but how did you come up with tap in, and how did you make it stick?
Like tap in is like, I mean, we always kind of have heard people saying it, but it
Mhm.
was just something that just people just say. But like it applies to anything. And like whenever we think of tap in, we're thinking about like tapping into your power. Yeah. Tap into the awe, everything that you will need in order to like live your best life. Because when you're trying to manifest something, you really do need to be tapped and you really need to, and that requires you to go inward. And like that's what tap in is. Like you're going into yourself, you're looking at, reflecting on yourself. What can I do better in order to build a better life? What do I need to fix about myself? What do I need to let go of? You know, stuff like that is really, it's work that does take time, and it's work that takes practice. And you know, that's why we did choose to make it into a workbook. You know, it's something that you really apply into your life and you make it into a lifestyle, but it applies to everything.
Right.
Tap in.
Right. And you know, you have a lot of books that promise to do this, and we promise to do that, and we'll change your life. And tap in is actually a promise that you make to yourself. Okay. That's
Wow.
one of the reasons we truly just designed it again as a workbook, because the information is there, but it's up to you to apply it. You know, it's just kind of like watermelon. I mean, if you want to keep it real, you know, you're gonna chew up the good parts and spit out the seeds. You know, but it's really a method that it works. I mean, it works. It works. It works. But the main thing is you have to work and you have to do the work. You know, some people have never even heard of manifesting. In fact, while we were in Jersey, we were like
asking
surprised. Yeah, it was like manifesting, and I was just like, okay, yeah, let's tap in. You know, and thing. It's just one of those tools that you need to have handy, because I tell people the key to overcoming, you know, depression and suicide and just, you know, worry, anxiety is just to really have a method or a plan in place. You know, you need those tools in place for when those bad days come, when you can't get out of the bed, when you don't want to brush your teeth, when you don't want to dress up. You need a tool, you know, and sometimes books are those tools. You know, those days when you don't even want to interact on social media. We want to tap in to be that tool that you can take on the beach, that you can take to church. I mean, that you can take wherever you go. You know, tap in. There's something for everyone in tap in. Most definitely.
And my favorite part about this book is that it is a journal, and I have always been one to write journals and save them and look back, you know, through the years and track,
Mm-hmm.
see how you've grown. And even Taisha, I was telling you about her. She's the founder of All Mommy Issues. She was telling a story about how her one of her daughters found her journal from college and was skimming through it from college. I was like, girl, what you writing there? But you know, but these are things that we need to that we should do. We should record our life because it is our history. And you know, our sons and our daughters should be able to flip through this and say, wow, 2021 was when mom started the bookstore, and look at all of these thoughts. And you know, she wrote scriptures here, she underlined, she highlighted, she did little sketches. And it's kind of a way to keep your legacy going, you know, in your family. Or you never know, for example, you ladies, you guys are, this is your legacy that is going all over the world. And so there's people that you don't even know who have this book and who value it so much and who will pass it down to their children. And that's why I just love this book. And it has exercises, and like you said, you can take it anywhere you are. And you might be feeling a type of way, you might have to, you know, open up to chapter, you might have to open up to part 3, or you might have to go all the way back to part 1. Some days you got to go all the way back, and but this book allows you to do that.
And we still use it ourselves. We go back and look at it. And like the best part about it is like we include questions that you should constantly ask yourself throughout the day. Like, you know, I know some of the questions are just like anytime you're faced with any situation, you'll ask yourself, like, is this something that matters to me? You know, 5 minutes or even 5 months from now. Like, you want to ask yourself stuff to help you get through these things so that you don't waste energy focused on things that like don't contribute to your greater life. And tap in, it's a tool that you'll want to keep with you if you want to make sure that you are focused. You know, if you want to make sure that you don't become overwhelmed, you need reminders. you know, like you said, highlighting certain parts, writing certain notes. Those are those things that you want to keep with you so that you can remain focused, at peace, so that you can feel like you have control and know that you have control, really.
And knowing how to control what you can control and release the rest. I don't know if you've gotten to that part yet, but just that saying alone really frees me, from so many things. But in Tap In, and as I like to say, it's the gratitude for me. I love how we put gratitude into perspective, really showing the readers that you have to learn how to give thanks no matter what situation you're in. Okay. Because even if you're in Jersey and you're tired and your feet hurt, but you get to the airport and your flight is delayed 2.5 hours to 3 hours, and you're ready to go home, you still have to tap in. You know what I'm saying? You still, when your baby is mommy, mommy, mommy screaming, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna lash out or are you gonna tap in? You had a, but you still have to go home and still be a wife, a mom, a sister, a brother, a father,
a friend.
You got
friends that call you at any time. Yeah, like
you have to tap in. You never know, and that's the thing. As soon as you answer your phone, tap in. As soon as you walk out the door, as soon as you wake up in the morning,
really, I have to tap in every morning to go to work. Like it's a lifestyle. Tapping in is a lifestyle, and it's a constant reminder that like it's a phrase that you can really tell yourself to kind of like. It's kind of like a little button. I don't remember that commercial. It was like a I don't know, was it like a Staples commercial? It had this little red button. that was it. So that was easy. Yeah, it's kind of like that little button that you press tap in. Like you gotta tap in at every, and it's like a little reminder. And it's things that we know. Like we've grown up with a lot of the things that we discussed in Tap In. It's things that we've heard all of our lives growing up. But in the book, we really just expand on those things and we put them in perspective for you. And really that's what tapping in is about as well, is putting life into perspective. And so it's just telling yourself to tap in is just that constant reminder to make sure you remember those things that you already know. You have control. You have everything that you need inside of you. So you just tap in and then act accordingly,
And you also have to learn how to separate yourself from individuals who are not tapped in. And one thing I can say about Jersey, y'all tapped in out there. Oh, it was amazing. Right. It was like family. It was love. It was like, hey, can I get you some water? Can I get you this? Can I get you that? And girl, you was about to have me crying out there, okay? Because it was everything for me. Yes. And I would do it all over again. Shoot, we had to tap in on the way there. The flight was booked incorrectly. We were supposed to be there way longer. And then it was like, oh no, you leaving the day of. We was just like, what? Like the day? Had to cancel hotel rooms. I mean, like everything was really coming for us. But it was a life-altering experience, and I'm so grateful that we had that experience just to connect with you, to connect with other authors. I mean, it's been amazing. You said we have to tap in every day.
That's right. And I really feel like the enemy will try and throw you off in so many ways when something just amazing is happening. So what would have happened if y'all did not tap in, and if y'all was like, you know what, this ain't going right, I'm calling Kaila and I'm gonna just tell her that we ain't gonna make it, then where we probably wouldn't even be here right now, and or we wouldn't be going where we're going.
That's right.
Soon, and so
So true.
I sent you a video. I think you saw it. I sent you a video of me reading a passage of the book. And when people, share their book with us, I just go through and I just kind of see what speaks to me the most. And the passage that I was reading was talking about, you were saying that you do not need external validation to validate yourself. And I think that's one of the, I actually have chills saying that because that's one of the most, I'm on a thing right now. Um, that's one of the most powerful things that I've heard in a long time because as women, we are always, as women and as people in this social media age, we are always, hi, Goose. I'll see, can you close the door, please? Hold on one second. I have to tap in right now.
But yeah, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, tap in 24/7.
So, and even so, like what we're even just moments like that where our son, you have a son, right, Candy?
Yeah.
Yeah, our sons, they're young and they will always and forever need mommy, and they don't, really understand like, okay, mommy's doing something right now or
Right.
whatever. But what you said was key. Are you gonna lash out or are you gonna tap in? And I'm gonna lock that in my head with not only, things in my immediate life, but in life in general. Small things, the decisions that we make in small situations can have larger consequences later, and we might not even, see those things. Really small thing that happened today. We were parked outside of the store and we got a parking ticket because we didn't get our permit yet. And Raymond was a little frustrated, and I'm like, Ray, don't
Tap in,
even.
tap in, right?
Yeah. Like, don't even let that frustrate you. And then, when those situations happen, sometimes you have to recount in your head like all the good things that happened today. Like, for example, when we went to the store, there was an older gentleman, 80 years old, white gentleman, who was waiting for us to get there so he can give us his book. He asked us if we would be interested in producing a play based off of his book. And I'm like, Ray, don't forget these things that happen. And so yeah, that's that.
Wow.
Yeah.
On and on about that.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
That's always how it happens.
Yeah. Well, when we first talked, because let's be real, we met what, probably a week and a half before the event.
Yes.
It was probably 12 to 13 days. And I was looking at that phone like, oh, because you didn't even call on no, hey, we were just talking, and I mean, just tapping in on the phone. I mean, the energy was so strong. And I was,
Mhm.
this sister is powerful. I had to tap in on the phone. I'm like, since I ain't got nothing but 27 cents in my bank account, but we're going to be there. Okay, we're going to figure it out. We're going to get there. And so my
That's right.
like, where we going? Look, when? And again, I always had to tap in, because what if I would have just turned you down on the phone? Like, oh no, I got 27 cents. Ain't no way I'm gonna go. Seriously, I had to tap in. I was like, I got to make a business move, got to make a real business decision. And that's another thing that tap in teaches us, is that you are not alone. You don't have to be alone in this thing. You have a team, you have a business partner, you have sponsors, you have people, you have donors. And I mean, the moment that we announced New Jersey, doors started, I mean, open,
Wow.
open, opening. Oh, you going? Okay, here, I'll get you some water. Oh, here, I'll watch your son. Oh, here, I'll do this. I mean,
Right.
tapping in. Like, we
And you
tapping.
know what? We have a similar, and I tell people this all the time, just so people can know. We have to tell people the struggle. Because it's not just like poof, you got a bookstore and it's
Right.
popping, and it's just like, it's not. I tell people, I was telling this lady on the time, I was telling actually the All Mommy Issues ladies. I said, when we started this bookstore, we had negative $200. You know how sometimes you swipe and you make a mistake, you miscalculate, and then they take out the overdraft, and now you look at your bank account, you're like, negative $200. And so we were on the way to the store to buy screws for the wheels for the shelves, and my spirit was just like, check your bank account. And I check it. It said negative 200, I think it was $287. And Ray was like, oh, what are we gonna do? I'm like, nope. That just means we're not supposed to go get the wheels today. Let's just go back to the store, organize the books, send out some emails, make some phone calls, make some stuff happen. My sandals, I just threw them out today. They were broke. We moved thousands of boxes and broken sandals because we could not afford to buy new shoes. And me and Ray, Ray, Truth, and I, all three of us, because we have to be on one accord as far as husband, your partner, and your children, whoever's in your household, whoever's on your team. Everybody has to be on one accord. And so, when we're in the store or whatever, and if Truth needed a nap or something like that, I'm like, well, we got to be on one accord. Let's get this together. And, we have to keep this energy flowing the right way. And I don't care for anybody listening. I tell this to everybody. I don't care if you have $1 or if you got 20, like you said, if you got 27 cents, but you want to start a business, there is nothing stopping you. I am a living testimony.
Yeah. And that's a word. I mean, that's a word. I'm so grateful, Kaila. When I tell you out of nowhere, I mean, the moment that we agreed, my business partner and I was like, yeah, we'll do this. People were reaching out to us. Hey, I need a book published in 30 days. I'm ready to pay today.
We sold out of books before we got there. We had to place an emergency order to get more books before we came.
Do you hear me?
Sold out. Like,
the universe was like, y'all want to go to New Jersey? Okay. Because see, we write stuff down over here. And we really believe in manifestation. Yes. And we live it. We are the
epitome. We said we don't sell magic that don't
work. No. Like, we are the epitome of tapping in, Kaila, because that day on the phone, I didn't know how, I didn't know when. Even when you called me, I posted the screenshot before I even knew your name. I was like, oh, Lord, somebody, we couldn't have tap in New Brunswick. I ain't never heard of New Brunswick a day in my life. I'm from Douglas, Georgia, honey. When I heard New Brunswick and New Jersey, I was like, we getting flued out. And I probably had, 2 cents then, 7 cents. But it still wasn't enough. Honey, I had to tap in. Yes. And I'm so grateful.
Yes, and then it was an amazing networking experience. When we came back home, I asked myself if it was worth it.
Yeah.
And I think it was. Like, it was an amazing networking experience. These were lasting connections that we've made. And, we need more opportunities to get the tap in message out there. It's a lot of people that don't even, like we said, didn't even know what manifestation is. We can start there, Like, it's a lot of groundwork that needs to be done when it comes to getting this book out there and spreading the message of being able to manifest your best life. We want people to be happy, and we want people to understand what is it that you consider to be your best life. That's one of the questions we ask everybody that we meet. Yeah. It's like, what's your idea of your best life? Okay, so how are you going to achieve this? Like, tap in, it's mystical and it's practical. Like, it's magic involved. Yes, all of this is energy, and it's all one and the same energy, vibrations, action. It's all the same thing. You don't stop moving. And like with tap in, it's just really showing you how to be accountable for your own actions, make a plan, being able to stick to the plan. It does take discipline. Sometimes that can be a little difficult, but it's just something that you constantly put into practice.
Right.
But, we want people to see that it's really not rocket science to be able to build your best life. And a lot of times it could be as simple as cutting somebody off that's been holding you back.
Right.
Something as simple as that. And, we want people to know that it's not that hard. You can be happy. Just be happy,
And I think that, I know that tap in is really a response to life. I mean, it is a response to life. I mean, and this is, y'all know me, Latifah Bryan, I'm the author with a gun to my head. So my first book, Speak, The Night After I Killed Myself, that's my life story. You know what I'm saying? I had to tap in way back then. At one point in my life, I probably wouldn't even been allowed to even write a book such as Tap In. So grateful for people who decide to continue to keep going in those moments that they want to give up. That's something that Candy and I even laugh about today because at one point,
like I wanted to end my life over that.
Right. No,
seriously.
Seriously.
Really?
Okay. And then I wrote a book about it.
Yeah.
Like,
this is who this book is for. People that really just don't know, they don't feel like they have control over their lives. Yeah. Like what do we say? This is write the book that you needed whenever you were younger. Yeah. Like this is that book. It's great for all ages. That's another thing we were telling everyone. Someone did ask, well, like, what's the age group for this book? And we're just like, it's for everyone. It's people that may be in their 50s and 60s and still have yet to tap in. Right. This is who this book is for. Yeah. It's young girls who have no idea what their sense of identity is. They have no idea, what they're going to do with their lives. They have no idea what they should be focusing on at that age. Tap In is that book for that. If we can help some people avoid making the same mistakes, wasting the same kind of time that we did dwelling on things that didn't contribute to our greater good, right. We would like to do that, to be able to help people to get past those blocks much more quickly, and be able to manifest their life much more quickly. It's 18-year-olds that are buying houses, It's children that are starting businesses, parents that are passing down knowledge. Like you said, this is a legacy. Mm-hmm. What we're putting in Tap In, this is the same type of stuff that I'm teaching my son. I want him to know that you're going to have control of over your own life. You're going to have to live your own life and be responsible for the consequences of your own actions, all ages, to be able to benefit from Tap In.
Right. And I completely agree that this book is for all ages. And the way that it looks, it can definitely attract the younger kids too, as far as the design. And for women who are adults, it makes you feel young and youthful, when you have it in your hand. And you were talking about, impacting women through this book. And so you guys went through a whole lot of hurdles and trials getting to New Jersey to the Hidden Gems book opening. But and me and Ray talk about this all the time. It's like, how much are we willing to do for other people? And I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about those women that came up to your table and said, wait, what is manifestation? Like, what are you talking about? Like, wouldn't you not travel all across the world just to meet that one person who didn't know, and now they know, and now they'll be better? And then they're gonna look back and remember you two ladies the day that you met. Wouldn't you do it all over again just for that one?
That's right.
That's what it's for. That's what we do for.
And when tap in, I mean, the universe will really meet you halfway. So I absolutely will do it all over again. I mean, literally, Kaila, book sales went. I'm waking up like, what's going on? What's going on? But the universe heard us. We've put our petition out, and it's like, what you need? Her ancestors, my ancestors, the universe, everyone was just like, hey, my girls want to get to Jersey. Let's make it happen. And I appreciate our followers, the people who believe in us, our supporters, the people who invest in us, the people who donate to us, the people who sponsor us, the people who love us, as well as the people who love us for free, the people who choose to be a light, the people who choose to even let us know what Tap In is doing for their lives. And I appreciate you for even sharing it with, another group of women, such as those women who, openly talk about mommy issues and just being, a woman and being a Black woman in America. I appreciate that because this is really something in there for everybody. And not only do we tell our stories, we help others tell their stories. We go back. Sankofa. I don't know if you're familiar with the phrase Sankofa, but it's basically regarding a bird that literally has its neck turning around and looking back, and it's to go back and fetch those people behind you. This is Sankofa. You know, all the books that we write, that we leave behind, is for the people who needed it when they were 15, you know, when they were 13, when they were 8. You know, some people start reading at 5 and 6. This book is for everybody. Right. You know, books are there for you when nobody else is there, when you don't know what in the world to do. Right. Pick up a book, you know. When your phone is dead, when you can't call anybody, you have that journal. Also, when you feel crappy about yourself, you can go back and look. Oh man, I overcame this. You know, even my first book, when I see it around the house, it's just like, oh girl, you a bad woman, girl. You a bad woman, and that makes me want to keep going even more.
Well, we said just thinking about how the way we felt in our past, that's just motivation to never allow ourselves to feel that way again. Ever. Like you really have to get to a point where you're like wholeheartedly confident in who you are. Like that shield has to be impenetrable because you have, at the end of the day, you came into this world as you, and you're going to leave this world as you. You're going to live in you're gonna have to live the consequences of your actions. You know, any decision that you make, you're going to have to live with that decision. So it's best that you really do what's best for you. You have to really be sure of who you are, right, and live in that truth daily. Yeah, because
that truth. That's, I was waiting for the word. I was waiting for you to say "live in that truth." That's my son's name for everybody who don't know. Live in that truth. Yes, that's an absolute fact. That's an absolute fact. And you know, it seems like a lot of women who have come around me lately just exude a certain amount of peace and joy. And it's like no matter what we're going through on a small level, on a larger scale, we have to always maintain that peace of mind. In Hebrew, the word is salah. And we just have to salah. Every day, like you said, when you wake up, you have to move about with peace. You really do. Because if not, the evils of this world will try and consume your mind, your heart, your body, even. You know, a lot of times physical sickness comes from the mind and the heart, and how you feel on the inside. Your body will manifest that in ways that can hurt you and slow you down.
Okay.
And so, you know,
that as well. Like you got to filter those things out. You got to learn how to filter. Take what you say. Take in. Well, a lot of older people say you gotta eat the fish and spit out the bones. But like you can't, all this stuff that be going on in the world, like especially when as it pertains to other people, maybe even the way that other people choose to treat you, like you can't take any of that personally. You have to really stay true to your own frequency. That's like my it's like I always stay true to my own frequency. I don't be bothered about any of that stuff that's going on. That's, first of all, none of my business. I am a firm believer in minding the business that pays me. Like, even when it comes to music, like we made a tap in playlist because we know how powerful music is. Like, music you listen to, like what kind of messages are they saying in these songs? Like, and sometimes you really think about the lyrics of some of these songs, you're just like, why would I just keep saying this and then chanting it at that? And
yes.
I'm very peculiar. Like I do have kind of my ratchet songs that I like to listen to, but I make sure that I keep songs specifically that I know are good for the soul, like songs that are giving positive messages, because that is so important. Like the people you hang around, all of that.
And you have to be responsible for your own energy, because you never know what kind of energy that other people are going to bring around you. You know, even with your grand opening, you had no idea what was going to happen, but you were a vessel that was willing to be used. You know, you were willing to say, hey, I'm a lover. I'm like, this is my bookstore. I'm showing up today, you know, but you had no idea. You had to literally tap in. We have to tap in all the time. You didn't know what type of energy people were going to bring to you. You know, we don't know what type of energy the day holds you. We don't know what's going to happen. So the main thing is for us to be protected, okay? Be protected. Have a plan. Have a strategy. Okay, don't wait until you feel depressed and sick to your stomach and sad. And no, go ahead and do the work. And I like to say, really capitalize off of those good days, because every day may not be a good day, but when you're having a good one, please capitalize off of it. You need to go ahead and sow those good seeds for those days that you won't feel like getting out of the bed. But at least you were able to capitalize on your good days and wash all of your clothes, write all of your books, or whatever works for you, whatever you need to do. Definitely capitalize on those good days as often as you can.
Right.
Mm-hmm. You know what? We can be on here talking for 3 hours,
I know.
y'all.
I know.
And I say this, it seems like, especially since the store opened up, everybody that's placed in my path is on a similar type of wavelength as far as thoughts and positivity and values and things of that nature. And one thing I want to ask you before we close is, what is next for you two ladies?
Do you really want to know?
I do.
That's the beautiful thing with being a millennial author, a millennial publisher, just a graphic designer. I mean, the sky for us is not the limit. I know a lot of people say the sky's the limit, but like, nah, like it's not. Like my parents have told me that ever since I can remember. So we, other than publishing books, see, that's the beautiful thing. Not only are we writing our own books, but we are also publishing books for other clients. Okay, we are working on a referral program and a rewards program, so that anyone that you send to us, or anyone sends to us, and they actually publish through us, we can, get you on our reward system, send you out some merchandise, whether it's coupon codes for free books, anything that we have up to offer. We definitely encourage everyone to subscribe to our email list, visit our website, that is posted. I believe it's listed. If not, definitely go to www.tapinmovement.com, subscribe to our email list, and we will keep everyone updated with all that we have in store. But we are so excited, and we can't wait to get back to Jersey.
Right. And then we do have an event coming up in July.
Yes.
We have a symposium coming up, which is actually a bit of a retreat as well as an educational experience, like a conference. So, during this symposium, it's going to be a 2-day experience, and it's going to be July 23rd through the 25th. Basically, during this symposium, we're going to be going into great detail about manifestation, like really getting down to the science of it. And we're also going to be an all-inclusive experience. So, like, once you pay your deposit, the food and everything is going to be covered, snacks in between, of course. It's going to be it's going to be a very fun experience, because we are firm believers in the turn up.
Okay.
And, personality over professionalism. So we're definitely going to make it our own, something that we know that people of this wavelength will enjoy. But yeah, it is also going to be a very educational experience, and I firmly believe that anybody that comes, they will not leave the same. Like, it's going to be powerful.
Wow. And so when was that again?
On July 23rd through the 25th, it's going to be in Atlanta, Georgia. We have more
Please,
about it.
please don't make me come through, because no, I'm serious, because I'm going to North Carolina July 20th, and I'll be right there.
Listen.
I have to pass through there to get home.
Okay, now.
You sure do.
Okay, you can take two. You can take 2 days and stop on over in Atlanta.
Right.
Like, it's gonna be fun. We're definitely it's gonna be different.
Yeah.
Like nothing like you've ever seen, for real.
Yeah.
What's the website? What's the website? I'm about to look it up.
It's www.tapinmovement.com. Like, whenever you go onto the website, which tab is it under? Tap In Society.
Yeah.
The Tap In Society tab. Like,
Okay.
Yeah, so and definitely like we're probably gonna post more information about it again tonight, but it's definitely gonna be an event
Okay.
hold. Unforgettable.
Yeah, definitely subscribe to the email list. We will continue to send you updates, send everyone updates, but we can't wait, and we're grateful for the women who have all subscribed. We look forward to tapping in with y'all, and it's not a game.
Okay. And you know what? Thank y'all for telling me that because I feel as though that's the least we can do since y'all came all the way from Georgia to New Jersey. We might as well stop on by since we're gonna be riding through Georgia anyway on the way back home. And but you see how things are just, the dots are being connected. And we tell people all the time, in regards to the bookstore, it started with a prayer, literally. We walked into a bookstore and it was a Jewish bookstore and there was probably about 10,000, maybe 20,000 books in there. And when we leave, the Jewish guy was on the phone and he was like, "They're leaving. They're leaving now." So, it was just me and my husband and my son, but we could feel the discomfort, but there were so many books we wanted to. I mean, that's our right as human beings, right? We wanted to go in here and look at the books with our child. And so our presence made them uncomfortable. They
Wow.
made fall. And, my husband was like, you know what? One day we are going to have a bookstore. This is about 2 weeks before we locked down the place where we're at now. He said, you know what? One day we're going to have a bookstore. This knowledge is going to be returned to us, and we will be able to share it with our community at a low, low price. I'm talking about 2 weeks later. We go to the art gallery, pitch them the idea. They're like, okay, good.
Love it.
6 weeks later, here we are right now.
I love it. I love
I'm
to.
I'm telling you, and I tell everybody all the time. Um, Raymond's grandmother says this all the time. I know in whom I believe. That woman is 80 years old, and I don't care if an army came to her house, they are defeated. She always says, Kaila, the devil is underneath your feet. The devil only has as much power as you give him.
Yeah.
No enemy can defeat you. No sword can defeat you. Nothing
No
can
weapon
defeat
formed.
you. I'm a living testimony, and I know you two women are too, just from, knowing you guys in this short amount of time. I know that there are things that you've went through, and Latifah, we've talked about your book Speak, and I'm still waiting to try and get a copy of it. But it's just like when you look back in your life and you think about these things, and then you go through things in your daily life, it's like this is nothing. This is nothing.
Yes. And we say that all the
All the
time.
time.
It's like, our bad days ain't even bad no more.
Mm-hmm.
And it has nothing to do with a job. I got fired from my job, April 23rd. I'm
Girl,
25.
that's the day I was born. You better stop.
Girl,
That's the day I was born.
see, listen, I got fired on your birthday, friend.
Uh-huh.
Fired.
You got freed. You ain't get fired. You were freed on the day I was born.
Listen, the night before, okay, my business partner and I, Kaila, we were talking, and I was telling her, I said, I can't afford to keep working there anymore. And it's literally going on 7 weeks, and business has, am I lying?
I
Like,
mean, when you
business
get
has
time, when you get that time to actually pour into yourself, it's amazing what you can do.
make room for your gift. Make room for your gift. So I'm glad you made room for your gift. And like you said, it started with the prayer. And in fact, I'm gonna post that when we get off, and I'm gonna tag you because that's
Thank you.
like
Please
it's
do.
prayer.
Please do, because I don't want nobody thinking that this was me. Because me and Ray and Truth, we can't do this in 6 weeks by ourselves, okay? We know in whom we believe. He put all the people in our path. He gave us everything you need. Here, you need books here. thousands of books. I'm talking about like 4,000 books. You need shelves. I'm gonna give you so many shelves that you can't even keep them no more.
Always little gifts that's going to be placed in front of you. Once you say and put it out that this is what you want, this is your wish, God is going to, God, the universe, whoever you choose to acknowledge is going to put all those things in your path. It's going to bring people into your life you would have never expected.
Right.
And it's always in ways that you least expect. And it sometimes can come much faster than you expect. As long as you align yourself, like, it's amazing what can happen. You just got to make sure that you align yourself. And I love that you pushed through and did this. Like, that bookstore opening was amazing.
It was amazing.
By the way, like,
people were out the door.
Really enjoyed myself.
And you know what? I didn't even see that part because I was at the register. I didn't even see the line out the door. But my family was coming up like, Kaila, the line is out the door and around the corner. You need to hurry up and check these people out. But I couldn't help it because people were coming up to me and they were so excited about being around so many books. I had to ask every single person their name. I had to ask them how they got here. I had to give them a hug. I had to give everybody a hug. And I had to just tell everybody, you know, I cannot thank you enough. Y'all thanking me, but I thank you all. I did not even see the line. I saw the videos after. I was like, yo.
And you attracted a crowd of true book lovers. Like, first of all, you had the books marked down at a great price. You don't get prices like that at most bookstores. And like, people are gonna flock. Like, people do love to read. You can't sleep on that. And then the fact of the matter is, even with us as an example, you know, we were selling our books at full price. Our workbook is $33 on our website, and people were still purchasing from us, even knowing that there were $10, $5, and $1 books in the store. You had like some true book lovers out there.
And go ahead, Queen.
They knew what they needed. They knew what they needed. They went there with a purpose. And so I'm glad that you stuck to your dream, stuck to your prayer, stuck to what you wanted, because you definitely helped us build some long-lasting partnerships. I mean, friendships, like people on our social media. There's some really long-lasting experiences, and also being able to help people understand what manifestation is and what it looks like. It just felt good to even tell them, hey, we had to tap in to get here too. Like, you know, $33, and then they'll pick it up and they'll look in the inside and they're like, oh, you take Cash App for Zelle. So it's a beautiful thing. So we truly appreciate you so very much. And I'm ready. I'm ready for what's next. I'm so ready.
Like, I want to mention it, but I don't. We gonna wait to mention it. We're not gonna bust them with that yet. But you know, I just want to thank you ladies for taking a chance on Hidden Gems and for seeing the vision and for you know, seeing me and my family for who we truly are. And I was talking to somebody on the phone today, and she was saying, you know, I really love what you're doing. I saw the article, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, bookstores have a small profit margin, but bookstores have a small profit margin, but that's my son, y'all, Chupi. You took a bath? Okay. She said bookstores have a small profit margin, but because you are putting your community and your people first, and you are keeping your mission in your heart and in your mind, your bookstore is going to succeed. I've never met this woman a day in my life. And so many people who have heard the story, and they mention, you know, that I can tell by seeing the picture of your family, you know, when you are esteemed, people can see that. Like, you ladies are esteemed, you glow, you exude things just by sitting there, and people see that, and there are going to be people who appreciate and love that and want to be around you so they can feel that way about themselves too. And then there are also going to be people that unfortunately see that and want to dim that light. So like you talk about in your book, you have to separate yourself from those people and cut them off immediately.
Don't question it.
And don't question it.
Flickering. Cut them off. Hey.
What's going on?
It was a smile on his face for me. Like, if ain't nobody proud of you, baby, and watching him dance in the street, oh my God. I was like, yes, those are goals, honey. I'm so proud of you. Made your cup run over. Made everything you touch turn to gold.
Did you get enough rest?
I know, right?
So did we get enough rest? We're just like y'all, we're still catching up on the rest. Like you were saying that you still catching up on the rest, so are we. And but honestly, the love is keeping us fueled, literally. When we're in the store and a student comes by, and like there were these our last two customers of the day yesterday were these two students, and they were like, wait, so you telling me that your books are $5 and $10? We're like, yes. He was like, so all these bins, everything is 5. I'm like, yes. He's like, can I go through these bins? I was like, please do. And he found a book and he squealed. He was like, and he found a hidden gem that he was looking for. And he showed it to his friend. He was like, I used to have this book when I was a kid. And I heard him whisper to his friend. He was like, how overboard should we go right now? And they were in there for about an hour just scooping and picking up. And me and Ray are just giggling and smiling. And like, we're like, this is why we are here.
Right. Yes, I love it. I love it.
And thank you so much. And again, thank you for even being willing to allow me to just connect with you and donate books and just allowing us to donate. Just agreeing to allow me to just have my clients' books sent to you. I mean, like you are a gift. You are definitely a gift, and we are so excited to connect with you and just really keep this momentum going. Really keep the momentum going, really closing that gap, saying
Mm-hmm.
we don't have to walk in your bookstore. We have our own bookstore. Or hey,
Mm-hmm.
we don't have to beg you to publish our we have our own.
Right.
That's right.
What we're here for. So thank you.
That's right. Thank you, ladies,
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you, ladies. So, and you know what? It's still hard. It's just like for Ray and myself, I feel when people are like, thank you, we're always like, no, thank you. Like we always try to push it back on the person. Like, no, you
You
are
gonna
the
get
reason. Yes, you are the gift. You are the hidden gem. We are here to serve you. Like, what can we do to help you? And so even you don't know, there's so many. I sent a couple people to your table at the event. I hope they came over there because they were like, oh, I'm thinking about writing a book, blah blah blah. And when people hit me up all the time, I'm like, yo, I already got somebody for you, boom. And so there's so many authors, but not only that, people who just want to be authors who are reaching out to us. And so I'm so glad that we have you ladies to swerve them too. And people who have integrity, and that's the main thing in business. Is it Me and Ray have a saying: we don't want money, we want change. We don't want dollars, we want change. So we're not gonna just accept any book for a paycheck without reading it first, and making sure that is something that I can show my son, and that we can feel good about, supporting and things like that. So with your book, when I saw you ladies, I'm like, oh no, this feels right. This is they're empowering women, and they want women to read and to write and to record and to document their own history. And so
You gotta be careful, Papa.
we love you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you
What
so
time is it? Because like I said about an hour ago that we weren't going to be on here for hours just talking, and it's already past time.
much.
We gonna go to bed because it's bedtime now. I love you, ladies. Thank you, and we have a couple meetings this week anyway, so I'll be seeing y'all. I gotta look at my text and write in my calendar what day we meeting. But I love you, ladies, so much, and thank you for spending this time with us. And I will be talking to you very soon.
All right. Talk to you. Rest well.
Thank you.
All right, you too.
Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Good night.
Good night.